Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more Knights of the Old Republic 2. We are on our way out of the mining tunnels as we head into this turbo lift, so let's get out of here quickly like Atten said. And I guess that's the explosion he was warning us about, so good thing we made it out of there. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, it's that maintenance officer we saw the holograms of earlier. Hey. Hey, it's an HK droid.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Well, he's not HK-47, but he is an HK droid of some sort.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Well, if there are no other organics on here, then I guess you really don't have any choice, huh? Well, other than Atten. But who was this previous master of yours? Oh. I don't know why the dialogue... Anyway, I'll read this. Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination. How was that?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Oh, I think it is relevant.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
Interesting.
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
And how was it systematically crippled? And why were we incapacitated?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
This is sounding more and more suspicious all the time, isn't it?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Right. Why'd I get the impression that you were the one behind this?
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Sure.
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
So I'm assuming that by the freighter you mean the Ebon Hawk. But what had attacked this freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure. Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is
Hmm.
why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
Yeah, I don't buy this.
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
And how's that?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
Sure.
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty. Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay.
Yeah, we know about that.
Seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Right. But what happened after that? How did all the people end up dead?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
Oh, I don't think it was a coincidence.
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly, huh?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
So, do you know of anyone who's left alive now? Other than me and Nathan, I guess? And Kreia?
Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Yeah, that's pretty ironic, alright.
It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape.
What about comlinks?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master.
Of course it is.
Perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents had occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction?
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master.
Right.
It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're the one who's behind all this.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
And why is that?
Warning, Master. Continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a vessel that you are connected with, isn't it? I really would like to see if there's anyone else around, because we could use all the help we can get, and particularly if he's the one behind everything.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Oh. Alright. Well, how do we get that?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
Wait, what?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed, huh?
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
But you have the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
Alright, well, let's see if we can ask him about anything else.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
This is a really long conversation, but I want to make sure we get it pretty much out of the way now. I believe if we go along this track of conversation again, he's just going to repeat the same explanation, and the same is true for this. Let's talk about what he is exactly.
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
Yeah, your threats have been pretty veiled, alright.
Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal. The unspoken threat of violence to a listener's loved ones, or if possible, their entire planet, can effectively break the deadlock in the most stubborn of negotiations.
But what are you doing here, though? Other than being on the Harbinger and all that.
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
Well, you haven't exactly been very high on running out of here, so I've got the feeling that you have a bigger plan in mind.
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Peragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can work on getting out of here.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape.
Droid-level precision, huh?
Of course, Master.
Let's see if he knows anything about T3.
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be our common since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that you are the one who blasted T3. And 3C, too. It was 3C, wasn't it? 3CFD? Yeah, I think it was 3CFD.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Well, let's see if he knows anything else.
Of course, Master.
Let's ask him about that hangar bay.
Recitation. You need to open the airlock and use the construction
Oh.
scaffolding on the exterior of the asteroid to make your way to the dormitory section. Of course, for that,
Right.
you would need to unlock the maintenance console.
Yeah.
Without the maintenance officer to speak the voice print protocol, that is impossible.
Let's talk to him about the maintenance officer.
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams.
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door.
Wait a minute.
Forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Wait a minute, you can totally speak the voice code.
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
As if you ever cared about ethics.
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Well, can we do that next to the door, though?
Alarmed objection. Oh, Master, no. I might inadvertently speak such a command near a console and accidentally unlock something I shouldn't. I was merely speaking such to prove to you that I could. It is a trait I'm quite proud of.
Yeah, you're not exactly being very helpful.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Alright, I don't think there's really anything else that we can talk to him about, so let's go. And we got some light side points again. He's just gonna stay here and pace around, so we don't need to worry about anything further with him, at least for the moment. Let's see what we got here. Maintenance officer didn't really have much with him. So that's the turbo lift we came through, so we can't go back down that way.
It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Yeah, you're reciting your lines. I don't trust you.
It is a pleasure to see you intact.
I believe that's the way forward, so I'm just gonna look around here first. Ah, workbench. Good. We've gotten some upgrades to our stuff, so let's go ahead and... Ooh, we got a data pad. With the protocol droid's help, I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using its ability to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Interesting. So we got something that we can use to record stuff, huh? Well, I doubt that HK is really going to let us do that with him. But the journal here suggests that we might be able to piece together fragments of the maintenance officer's voice from the holologs we find and use them to open the airlock door. So we're going to have to look out for that. And here we got another addition to our Ebon Hawk quest. And we're going to need to somehow get out that airlock and use the spacewalk outside to get to everything else with the hangar bay and all that. And we got an update to the recent history mission talking about HK-50, as he's called, giving us the information about the Harbinger and whatnot. But why did the Harbinger fire on the Ebon Hawk, assuming that what he's saying is even true? Alright, so let's see what we got here. Wait a minute, that's the... Here we go, upgrade items. So much like the original game, you can upgrade stuff by adding components to them. The mining uniform, though, oh, I guess we don't have overlays, do we? Okay, never mind. The mining uniform isn't exactly a standard piece of armor, so to speak, although you can sort of upgrade it with some things, but it's not exactly very useful. I guess we don't really have anything else. I thought we had that, that tip for a melee weapon, but I guess our vibroblade isn't upgradable. Oh well. We're good for now, I think. I guess we could theoretically break down some components, or use components to build stuff. So, like for instance, we can go to armor, but I don't really think... Okay, we got 61 components, so we could totally use some of these to build some armor upgrades. I'm not really particularly high on... Oh, we need skill to do these yellow ones. That's... okay, yeah. Yeah, we really can't do a whole lot, and I'd rather just find things in loot, so I'm not going to really worry about that. So I guess in the intervening time between KOTOR 1 and now, there's been some upgrades made to HK droids. Well, that, and I guess HK-47 was probably an older model, if I remember correctly. And it's that annoying maintenance drone. I always hate how those things blow up in your face. It's always kind of a little bit irritating. Okay, so we're here in the fuel depot now, on the upper level, and we can see that this is pretty much similar to where T3 was roaming around earlier. I think we're in another area, though. And we can't really reach where we were exploring as T3 earlier, so we're just going to have to keep going here. I'm going to just keep on doing this. Let's see here. Damaged door. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright. Mark II mining droids. These guys are a little tougher, but they're still pretty easy to defeat. And you still get 100 XP for them, so no biggie. I do find it kind of funny that in these games, it's like you can't get hit all the time when you're right up next to a droid like that that's shooting at you. I don't know, I've always found that really odd. Oh, wait a minute, we don't even need to bash through this. We can go through here, right? Let's try securitying this. No? Aw. Alright, we'll bash through it. Come on. And the same thing goes with doors, too. I do find it kind of a little bit strange that you can miss when you bash doors. I mean, right now we've been missing everything. Alright, we'll use a sonic mine here. Skill too low? Aww. Seriously? Let's try this one again. That is a real bummer. Okay, we're going to have to figure out a way in there. Wait, what are we stunning exactly? Oh, here we go. Like, what are we targeting there? Doesn't make any sense. There we are. This guy, I think he has shields on, yeah. Alright, what do we have in here? Storage room. Alright, here's a maintenance station. Let's see, we have maintenance logs. Okay, this is what we've been wanting to find. Let's see what we have here. We have one on the sonic imprint sensor.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands.
By the way, if anyone is sort of recognizing this guy's voice, it's Lassiter from Psych, among other things.
Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior course, so there's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off.
Yeah, I think that trouble with the mining droids is due to that the HK unit speaking to those behavior cores.
Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in medbay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War.
What did happen to Revan? That is a good question.
Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Corda. Corda said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Corda and his men are going to give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Corda wouldn't. With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure it was enough. Let's see here. What is this one?
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code.
Wait a second. What was the piece of the code that was spoken here?
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility, and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Alrighty. So somehow we recorded something off of there. Ooh, and we're getting more light-sidey. Look at that. Alright. Oh, we can do some attributes here. Let's go... Ooh, I'm gonna go with more strength. And let's see, skills. Oh, man. I kind of want to upgrade demolitions so we can blast that door open. You know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna up some persuade and more security. And powers, let's see, well, we still can't get a heal yet, so let's go and do... What's another offensive one? I don't want a dark side one. These are all dark side ones. Force push, why not? Let's do that. Force push is always fun. Okay. So, one thing I remembered here that I had forgotten about earlier was that there is a way, if you have enough persuade, to convince HK to give you the code himself, but I didn't have enough persuade during my practice run. So I'm going to try to go back and see if it works now that I just leveled up. Hey HK. Let's see if we can trick him into giving us the security code here.
Recitation? Oh, yes.
Okay, let's skip all this. Alright.
Recitation? Addendum.
What about this?
Objection.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Proud answer.
Yes?
I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation. Maintenance control.
Awesome.
1v5. There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Oh, yes, it was very sufficient.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
In a matter of speaking. Alright, so we didn't actually need to go and do all that. I guess you need 7 persuade, because I want to say I did it with 6 persuade last time and it didn't work, so... Oh wait, we didn't loot the broken droid. Come on, droid. There we go. Come on, can I loot this one? There we go. It is a little bit frustrating how finicky it can be sometimes when you're looting stuff. Okay, but now I want to see if we can blast open this door. Let's see if this works now that we have a little bit more demolitions. What? Alright, that's it. I think all that's in here, if I'm not mistaken, is more security things, console things that you can use. No, it wasn't that one I wanted to bash, it's this one. Maybe we'll actually be able to open it up now. There we go. Okay, sweet. Whoa! Hi there. Oh, I guess there's nothing really in here? We did all that work and there's nothing in here? Are you kidding? Aw, oh well. Okay, so we haven't explored this room yet, have we? Oh boy. I don't like the look of this. Floating mines. Fun stuff. Oh well. Wasn't terminal damage, at least. And was that it? I guess there was a door here they were guarding. But it's locked. And there's nothing we can do with these lockers. That's really bizarre. Let's see if we can go and look any further in here. I don't know if there's any way we can get in that room, though. Oh wait, here we go. Maybe we can look at this stuff. Exits from fuel depot. Okay, so the airlock is active, but there's no turbo lift. Containment field activated. Of course, we can't get to the hangar bay from here. Breach. The system is registering a blast in one of the main fuel lines. The containment field has been activated to keep the explosion isolated within the hangar bay and fuel lines. And our awareness here helps us indicate that that would imply that the fuel lines connect directly to the hangar bay. If you can get access to the fuel lines, you could bypass the containment field entirely. Let's see here. The fuel lines would open automatically if a ship arrived. Okay. Well, maybe that ship that HK is working, or HK-50. He's not RHK. I'm only going to call RHK HK. Maybe that ship will allow us to go through fuel lines. Turbo lift, that's denied. The one to the administration level is permitted, but only when entering from the fuel depot. Interesting. Mining tunnels, that's denied. It can't be opened. Of course, we had the explosion, so that makes sense. An airlock. Oh, that's the airlock, that door that we saw right there. Okay. The airlock door has been sealed from inside its level, as if to prevent someone from coming in from the outside. Okay, comm system. Diagnostic on damaged systems. Signal unit destroyed. Alright, nothing there. Cameras. There's that containment field again. Maintenance level. Okay, we've seen that. And there's that fuel line that... Oh! Oh, hey, T3's in there. And maybe our missing T3. Ooh. Okay. Good deal. Alright, so can we open the airlock from here? How do we open the airlock? And what's in here anyway? Ooh, we got a reflex package. You know what? I'm going to see if we can equip that. Alright, we can totally equip this since we have a constitution of 12. Awesome. I don't really think there's anything else that we can... Ooh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to use the cardio regulator for fortitude's sake. Yeah, nothing really there that I want to use. Okay, where do we imprint this voice command? I'm trying to remember this now. Do we have to go through here? Let's go back to the administration level, I guess. I think if you didn't have enough persuade to convince HK-50 to give you the code, you'd have to go all over the place here with that sonic imprint sensor and get it. So let's see here. Where is Atten? Atten, are you here, buddy? Oh, it's over here. Here you are. Hey, buddy.
Glad
What's
you
up?
survived the tunnels. Find anything when you were down there?
Yeah, we found a droid.
Found anything? Yeah. Did you blow it up?
I wish.
Yeah, well, watch your back. Droids can't be trusted.
Yeah, especially HK droids. I don't know why I keep wanting to call them T3 droids.
So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
Well, we need to open this airlock somehow.
Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right?
Well, we found a way around that.
There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them.
Well, we already... Hang on a sec. I thought we already got the code from persuading HK, right?
That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print.
Hang on a sec. I thought... Yeah, okay, yeah, I thought we can open the airlock. I guess I'm just missing where you put that in. Alright. So I think in the next video, we're going to go ahead and proceed with our plans to get out of here and go through that airlock. So I think this is a good place to leave off for now. We're reunited with Atten. I guess Kreia is still in the morgue.
You survived the tunnels.
But we'll catch up with her later on. But for now, our immediate concern is getting to those dormitories. And eventually to the Ebon Hawk. So until next time, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to demolish that like button. And I will catch you on the flip side. So take care. Thank you once again. And I will see you next time.